Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of Pocket Change. This is Pick or Pass something, 25, 23,
Might be
24,
25.
20
It might,
something. It'll be on the thing before you click on it. So we're not, we're all confused on what's going on. Got to quit, yeah, too much hemp, I think.
I know. For you,
Not for
it's
you.
too much time off.
Yeah, or lack of hemp because I'm looking for a job, so I can't partake in any fun things other
Vince
than
is like,
alcohol.
exactly what day is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I know this is episode 90 after 89, and we had two special guests, Mike and Biscuit Butt. That is going to be recorded in 3 days. So if they don't show up, then I just wasted our time.
We're
Yeah.
actually pre-recording,
Yes, we're
ladies
getting
and
ahead.
gentlemen, and everyone. We're actually pre-recording here because I don't know, we got behind on our regular podcast, but then I think we got ahead on a pick or pass or something like that,
I'm ahead for pick and pass. We're a week ahead.
which is
So,
cool because pick or pass does.
yeah.
It's the one you guys want because it's what you need to know, what items you need to go pick out, or in the case of our last one where we had our lowest all-time loser. I don't remember what it was. Go back and watch it, but it was less than 1%. It was like 0.6 of a percent. It was 0.006, which if
Hey,
you
at least it wasn't
translate that,
zero.
is 0.6%. Yeah, at least it wasn't zero.
Was
Um,
that the clock? Or no, what's that?
I,
Not the clock, the phone? That phone
I
was cool.
believe, yeah, it was the phone. It was the cords thing that was the 0%. The thing about it is, we had one other 0% as well.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about that one was it was a 0%, but it was like a reverse 0%. So, and
Yeah.
what I mean by that is, it was like there was none listed. There hadn't been any listed in a while, but it like had sold a few, and so there's the catch is even though we have this kind of rate we go by, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, is sometimes you still look at the item, you go, how much am I paying for this? And do I really think, and you have to trust your gut because you come across some items that are 0%, but not because they haven't ever sold, but because they just are so rare they don't really come up.
I know. Like
So,
you find the Mona Lisa and you're like, oh, it's not on eBay, so it's not worth anything.
and
Although
that's
it probably is in a bunch of reproductions, so that's probably a bad example.
No, it's interesting that there's still people finding rare paintings and rare stuff like, especially war trophies. I guess that's what we call them from years and years ago. Soldiers could bring home things,
Yeah.
and it's interesting to see that they'll find things like that all the time. We're still seeing it in Western Europe and in America and other countries that have gone to war with other countries and brought home artifacts or brought. What are you doing?
Put my chair. Put it way down.
War trophies can be anything. They don't have to necessarily be guns, bayonets, and all that stuff. It can be paintings. It can be
Vietnamese
coins. It
women.
can be. I'm not going there. Not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
You touch it, yeah.
The Mona Lisa is not a bad example because you don't know. You could find now. You're probably not going to find the Mona Lisa because the Mona Lisa is in a museum. But you could find a rare painting by, I don't know, Da Vinci, Michelangelo. It would be difficult to find a rare one now, but Monets are still popping up every now and again, which is crazy. But now that's not that old. That goes back to what, the 20th century?
Yeah.
Monet, I believe.
What's the guy
So
with the splatter?
it's it happens. So there you go. We've had some. You got to trust them. We've had some that are way low. We've had some that are way high. I think the highest one we've had is 233%, and
Yes.
that was your little jukebox radio that's rare.
And I still haven't listed it yet. Now that we do this, I look them up and then I save them. I look them up and then I save them as a draft, and then the next day I went ahead and list them. I'm getting better. But that
And
was back
again,
when I had no inkling about needing to sell. But okay, we ready to get on to the
under our items. While you're getting ready to pull up our first item, ladies and gentlemen, again, I apologize for the mess. I'm just going to tell you, I know some of you are missing a screen. I know some of you are probably like, wow, look at that mess. Look at that wreck. If you're an eBay reseller, you're going to have a room that is just, I've come to face it, it's just a mess.
yeah.
Hopefully, I will get my eBay office that I'm building set up and done here soon. Well, who knows? When you got like an hour to 2 hours to work a week, it takes a long time to get a room completely built from scratch. We'll see. I'll keep promising. Oh yeah, I love those. I actually use two of those in my house currently. Great items. Depends on the price. You can buy them on eBay already. You can buy them on Amazon. You can
Hmm.
buy them at Walmart. So they're all over there, and people do buy them. So
I won this
especially,
on. I didn't pay anything for it. I went to a whatnot auction and I got this as a free gift because I won one of the three things that Mike was giving away for his auction. We'll see if it's worth anything or you gave me a piece of shit. So
I figure it's worth about $10. I do. I would pick it if I could get it for a dollar or less, or in your case, win it for free. I would definitely pick it just because I use them.
yeah.
And Christmas is coming up in the next few months, sooner rather than later.
Hey, you are so bright. $10.
Look, yep,
$10.
boy, I hit that right on the head, and I had not even looked, ladies and gentlemen. And
25 bucks. This guy's dreaming.
that guy, yeah.
7.99,
And that way,
7.99.
man, back up to the 25. Is that even in the original packaging?
I think it's just a really bad picture
Okay, it's a
because
terrible picture.
it matches the same. It's probably an older one or something. I don't know.
Maybe this is the time to talk about picture taking, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I built the ugly duckling that I've got, because pictures go a long way. But yeah, $10. It looks to me like around $10. So you want to get it for less than a dollar or
58.
less. So there's 58 of them listed.
Yep.
Okay, how many we got sold? My trusty dusty calculator up here.
One.
One. So that's not going to be that great.
No.
That's going to be
But
a 1.7% resale. So I would still pick it up if you can get it for less than a dollar. If you have to, you drop down to $8, like the one guy at $7.99. There's one $5.50, cheap, but there's a ton of these out there. This is all one particular model.
yeah,
It's
and,
like
and and
me,
I think it's the time. I think if you get it up now, people might be really looking for it for Christmas, so they can turn on and off their Christmas tree.
and that's exactly. I've got two I'm used right now for lamps in the house that are in outlets and places that was hard to get to, so they're set to come on at a certain time and go off at a certain time. And then I've got one that I use with my Christmas tree because I like to plug it in and have them decorated and forget it. I'm not a Christmas tree guy.
Me
I
either.
love looking at them, but I'm just
Yeah,
not good. I'm not good at setting them up and decorating them and all that stuff. It's not
I
me.
do all right with that since I own the flower shop. I like to make. I make a big bow at the top of mine and then do
Oh, I'm
streamers
sure
down
you
it.
do. I'm
It's
sure.
wonderful. Stop it.
I would go say it. I would go say it all. Hey, you do you, man.
I like to do me.
What, are we moving on to our next item already? Lord of
Yeah,
mercy, what is that?
it's a pocket rocker.
A pocket rocker. I didn't even know what a pocket rocker is. I think it's something that came out in like the 80s.
Yeah, listen here. Oh, damn. In the middle of a dream.
Okay, yeah.
These little cases. This is the bangles. I got a bunch of them. But the pocket rocker.
Okay, I'm going to pass.
Why
I
would you
would
pass
pass on
the
that.
pocket
I
rocker?
would pass on it because it's just
80s nostalgia, man.
the 80s weren't very nostalgic for me. But I was a kid, like
Yeah,
a kid.
you should have had a
Holy
pocket rocker if you were a
crap.
kid.
I did not have a pocket rocker. My parents weren't going to buy me such as that.
And they used to, you would get the tapes so you get Burger King and stuff. A pocket rocker. Yeah, this I got this similar one from '88, but mine's pink, not blue. There it is, 129 bucks with two tapes.
Holy crap.
And actually, I didn't bring it over, but I've got this. I've got the speakers that go with it, and the little bass. So really, I've got this, and about 20 tapes. So I probably, if the tapes sell for 20 to 30 bucks a piece, so I got the whole thing for. I think I paid $50, and I bought it for my wife, not the resale, because she has fond memories of pocket rockers. But there's
Okay.
45 of them listed. Let's see how
Okay.
many. And 24 sold.
So it's about 50%, but we'll go.
Yeah. 53.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. 53%. So that's a heck of a sell through rate, ladies and gentlemen.
And they $50, $60 for just the pocket rocker with one tape.
So if you can find these, they must be a decently rare item. There's the one you got. Was that got a
59
line
with the
through it?
tape, and then
No.
he's got the Bangles tape. I got that exact setup. So they sell. I think they're starting to become fewer and less.
No.
One
I
in the
can
package is for sale on here, I think, for $300, brand new.
I can imagine. And is it so? It's actually a little tape.
Yeah, it's a mini cassette tape. Yeah, and I
Okay.
got this. So hold on, I didn't bring
See,
the
I
whole
had
thing
the
up.
cheap Radio Shack Walkman.
Yeah, me too. I didn't have a pocket rocker.
Uh-uh. I wouldn't rock it in the pocket. What's he doing, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone? What's he doing here? Is he
Look at
got,
all these accessories.
oh, he's got to show us his toys.
No, it's not my toys. I mean, look. So like, I got this thing. That's two speakers. You
Hmm.
set your pocket rocker on there. It all matches. And then I got this little pocket rocker where you buy this and you put all your cassette tapes in there so you can display them. Fancy schmancy. But I bought that whole thing for $50.
Awesome. It sells for a good price.
Yeah, the tape
I would have to disappoint my wife
for $50.
if I could make what you looks like what you got there is about 200 to $300.
Yeah, it's like
So
400
yeah,
dollars and stuff.
sorry, honey, your
Well,
pocket rocker is getting sold.
she has another one I bought her too. That is the white one with the stripes. She actually has that on her table because she like plays it every once in a while. The Cindy Lauper one. That's the one she likes the best.
Girls just
Girls
want to have
just
fun.
wanna have fun.
How did I know? Girls just want to have fun. Okay, all right. So, how many items did you bring this evening?
Five. I'm gonna do one more than you.
Okay, do one more than me, and then we'll do your last two. We do you, then we do me, we do you, then we do me. Ah,
It's a brass golfer statue, bronze. It's in good shape.
yeah, it is.
Marked from the bottom.
I would probably pick that up for probably what you paid for it. She probably got it for $1.
No, I think I paid $3 for that.
$3. Okay. $3. Oh, yep. I would pick it up even for $3. I would. Now watch it be like crap.
There are 1,100 bronze golf statues, and right here is the one I have. 9.95.
So $3 was too much.
Yes, they overpaid. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I thought it'd be like a $50 item. Like most of them are $50 items, except for that one.
Okay. So let's see how many sold. How many was there? 50 what?
1,100.
1,100. Okay, I was
50
way
what?
off. I was way off. $50. We got 1,100.
83 sold.
Yeah, I would get screwed again, folks. 7.5%. Would
That
not work in my store at all. Works in Benz's all day long, but would not work in mine. But I'm not seeing one like yours in the sold category
no, but I sell it for sale for. It's a better looking one than mine.
for $10.
Yeah, Ben
So, if,
Hogan. You can
but
find the Ben Hogan.
if you see bronzed golf statues, yeah, the Ben Hogan. If you see bronzed golf statues, you need to pick them up. Get them on the cheap though. Probably if you're going to find them at a thrift store or in a yard sale, you're gonna be able to get it pretty decently cheap. But again, only a 7.5% sell through ratio. So if you're following Benz's plan of mega store,
Yeah,
um,
pay a
then
dollar.
that's
Don't
definitely
buy it.
one.
Walk away. I wouldn't have
If
bought this,
you're
but
in
I gave it to
mine,
him.
you definitely need to walk away. It's too low. It would take too long for you to turn your inventory over. All right.
What do
Neat
you have?
though. I have a keychain cigar punch. It's a
Okay.
rollout, rolls out, and it rolls right back in.
Nice.
So roll out. I need to polish it up. I used to carry it on my keychain back when I used to smoke cigars and on the golf course and drink on the golf course.
All right, so I just put in cigar punch. We'll start there. Cigar punch. These aren't exactly
Kind
like yours, but
of
they're
neat
just
flavor.
cigar punches in general. There's one with a keychain ish type thing. There's one
Yeah,
similar to
and that
yours.
one's a clipper. I don't like the
Yeah.
clippers. I never did like the clippers. It gets tobacco in your teeth. Punches don't tend to do that. That's
All
why I had
right.
a
So
punch.
cigar punch right now, 852 of them for sale. Seems like a
Eight
lot.
hundred, 852. Okay. I mean, you
So
didn't say whether you would pick it or not, but
I would pick it for a dollar.
definitely would for a dollar. Anything for a dollar. Ben's will
Anything
buy
for a dollar.
anything for a dollar.
Like I don't even need to say pick or pass. It's always a pick. 889 sold.
Wait a minute. You said 889 sold, and
Yeah.
there was like 852. Was that right?
852. Cigar
Ladies and
punches.
gentlemen, we have a 100% sell through rate on cigar punches.
Yeah, but this is, it's got lighters in here. It's got all kinds of crap. So let's just do a quick because you said keychain, right?
Yeah, it's on a keychain.
So
It used to actually be clipped to my golf bag.
so cigar punch keychain. Let's recheck it. There's zero listed.
Yeah, but there's some right there.
Yeah, I know there's some right there. I'm just saying. Cigar punch keychain. It should have came up. But
Yeah, I should have. And
let's see
that
if there's
one
any.
right there for 18.99 looks very similar to mine.
Yeah, so let's how many have sold? Zero.
See, that's just not the case. It's just it was showing some there. You see what I'm looking
Well,
at?
why did you put an E in there? You spelled cigar wrong. Why do you do that stuff? Cigar keychains. 164.
Okay,
33 sold.
that's still a 20%.
Yeah. And they seem to
So
sell for like $15.
yeah, so not bad at all. There's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. So if you come across that, it's at least a 20%. Cigar stuff's at least a 20%, or cigar punches, clips,
Yeah.
kind of stuff's at least a 20% sell through
That'd be
rate.
good to your store.
That's good in either store model that you're following. And it can be 20 to 100%. And if you can come across usually cigar smokers, they'll have more than one of these. They'll have other things. They'll have like humidors. We've had those on the show before. They didn't sell the greatest, but but now the mobile ones tend to sell. The little small mobile ones and the large ones sell better than medium size or whatever. Definitely,
Look out for.
I guess we'd say tobacco nostalgia
Mm-hmm.
is
I think they
actually,
call it tobaccoina or something like that. That's
I
what
don't
they call
know, but it's definitely things that are in because we've talked about other items before that fall in the same line. But yeah, definitely. And the thing about cigars is a lot of people smoke cigars that don't smoke. And that sounds crazy, but just a few years ago, you had cigar bars where people would go. Women have gotten into smoking cigars, so it's a good thing. What in the world is that? Pygmy hog. Is that a like a?
it. It's a
Yeah,
lanyard.
that's like a yeah.
Safety lanyard.
Okay,
So you found this at a yard sale. Would you pick it?
I probably would, and the reason I probably would is because of the fact that those things are used all the time in work, and anytime
Yeah.
it's a tool that is required, it's generally very expensive.
I
So
think you're right.
yes, I would definitely pick that.
All right. So I looked it up.
Of
Bigman
course,
hog.
some of those are
Double
new in
check.
box,
No,
over
these
a
are
hundred
all these are
dollars.
all pre-owned. 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 There's one pre-owned with that. These are with a box, but they're pre-owned.
Okay.
3
3 is all. Okay.
of that brand. If you just put in lanyard, you're going to find a crap ton. But I just looked at that one specifically. Looks like I would say I would be happy with $60. Got $5 in it.
Yeah, definitely happy with us. 12 times your money.
Yeah. See if they sell.
I'm betting they do.
2,
Ooh. How many was it? 2 divided by what?
3.
So,
It's
yeah,
good.
they sell. That's 66%. Or
Yes.
67%.
So
66.
50 bucks and $70.
So,
So
yeah,
50
if you
bucks.
can pick one up for $5 to $10, I
Yeah.
would do it
Do it
all
all
day
day.
long. All day, because you're talking, and that's, again, that's great for Benz's store. It's actually great for my store, too. So, that's definitely a hot item to be on the lookout for, is these safety lanyards. A little different than the one that saved my life one time, but I like them, and I would definitely buy one. I
Okay.
I really prefer them. It seems how I got knocked off a 3-story building one time, and that's exactly what saved my life. I didn't think it was going to. Ended up like 2 feet from the ground. It stopped it. That sudden jolt hurt. What in the world, Lucille? What in the world?
You watch The Walking Dead?
I do not.
Negan's back. And this is the Take It Like a Champ edition, so it's got like the blood splatter and all on the. It's brand new in box.
Okay.
I got this when I went to the 127 sale. I bought this at the auction they were having. I paid way more than I should have for it, but it's pretty cool. I'm going to give it to my son probably for Christmas because he loves The Walking Dead, and I do too. So
See, when you first started holding it up, I thought it was a pool stick.
no, it's a fake wooden bat with fake barbwire on it, covered in blood.
You know where the pool stick reference comes from, don't you?
No, I don't.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you find a pool stick named Lucille, I would buy it as well, because the pool stick named
That's
Lucille,
dumb.
nope, is Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Oh, okay.
It's what Uncle Phil called his pool stick.
Oh, okay.
Jeffrey Breakout Lucille, when they went into, they got hustled that one time. He went in and
Yeah.
hustled them back. Anyway, so back to yours. All right. So is it worth anything? Would I pick it? No, I would not, because I'm not a Walking Dead person, and it also looked very huge in the box
Yeah, and
and would
actually,
be,
I probably will drive it to Delaware to save money on shipping.
I don't, but looks like there's quite a few of them.
Yeah.
How many?
So there's 100 of them for sale. Take It Like a Champ edition. New in box, looks like it's worth about 55 to $60.
So I was going to say.
I think I paid $50 for it.
So you paid what it was worth.
Yeah,
So there's not,
but it
he
was an
didn't,
auction for at the meetup. It was supporting something. I forget what.
good calls.
100 of them for sale. Does it have a good sell-through rate? If I was buying that, I would pay $5, not 50.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to pay more than 10. I can tell you that.
Actually, I probably
But
wouldn't buy it because it'd be a bitch to ship. 10 sold. 10% sell-through
yep,
rate.
easy 10%. So not a bad sell through rate. Still be willing to pick it up, but you're gonna have to get it at the right price, because there's quite a few of them listed, 100 of them, and the sell through rate's only 10%, and it looks like they sell anywhere from 35 to $50. So you definitely want
And the
no
shipping's
more
going to
than,
be $35.
yeah, no more than 10. No more than 10. You don't want to spend more than $10 on it. But he was buying it for a good cause, and his son apparently likes Walking Dead.
Yeah, I
So
was like, oh, that's be perfect for him for Christmas. But
that's another
I
good thing
actually do.
about
I have a box I can put it in to ship. So
being a reseller, is you learn how to source. If you're not learning how to source, you're not going to be a good reseller. We've said this a dozen times. Don't plan on eBay being your source for your sourcing. It's a terrible place to source, but a lot of resellers try it. Good luck to them. You're killing your profits, because another reseller is not going to sell it to you at a rate they're going to lose money on. They're not going to do it, because by the
something
time
you should look for. maybe on eBay is lots of stuff. Someone just has a bunch of records. They're trying to get rid of their records, or they're trying to get rid of this, or trying to get rid of that. They're using eBay as a yard sale. If you're going to buy an individual item on any auction, buying one of anything in with the shipping is never going to make you money.
I would say only buy lots on there if you're still. I think eBay should be used for where we resell at.
Oh, I agree.
Like I said, some
I don't
people
buy. I
do it.
bought a few things on eBay just because I saw them. They were way undervalued.
Here's what you can count on. If it's a lot on eBay, it is either one of two things. And this is just my experience. If it's a lot on eBay, it's one of two things. Either it is a reseller getting out of the business, which happens. It happens quite a bit actually, where they
Yeah,
bought a bunch of stuff and they just want to get rid of it, get out of the business. I'm done with it. I didn't have a good time. I didn't like it. If you're this far in with us, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like it. Because if you're on
yeah.
episode 90, I hope you're serious about reselling and you like it. It is work. It's fun, but it is work. But here's the thing, lots to me, so they're either that, somebody getting out, or it's a reseller trying to ditch product that they could not sell by itself. They've already sold off the good stuff and they packaged it together to sell to you
Okay.
or to sell to somebody else. And
If you come across a lot that's undervalued, the first thing you need to do is click on who's selling it and see what they've sold. If you're looking at lots of belt buckles and you click on it and you go to their site and they're selling nothing but belt buckles, that means that this stuff is no good. It has no monetary value. They're just trying to dump it. But if you click on a lot of belt buckles and then you go there and the person's only sold 14 things and they have nothing else listed right now, but they've got 1,000 feedback. Those are the people that are just trying to sell off something that
yeah,
they don't want anymore. So you can really look at the account and you can figure out what it is.
but
Now
you
that
bring,
also could be a buying account for a reseller, so you could get snookered. But
well, you brought up another thing, and I do want to say this. Okay, so my hats, I'm getting ready to lot my hats together. I've got like 4 hats, and see, that's another thing too is you bring up an interesting point. So this could be a third thing. If you find a lot of something and you're looking at it and you're going, should I buy this? You go look at what else they got for sale. They have really nothing else in that category. It
yeah,
could be that they got a hold of it, they tried to sell it because, okay, so hats, baseball hats is what I'm talking about. Those obviously sell on eBay. They sell on eBay. Ben's has made a small fortune off of selling baseball hats on eBay.
5 this week.
But me, I've had 4 listed that are great hats in great shape. Most 3 of them practically brand new, but nobody looks at my hats. It's just not my thing. They're not coming to my store to look for hats. And I didn't get them at a good enough price to chunk the price way down or raise the paid promotion. So I either A, need to lot them together, B, ship them off to Ben's, let him sell them, or C, give them to Goodwill and just say, here, get rid of them. So you're going to find, so yeah, looking at their stuff's a lot. So there's 3 things, either one getting out, one picking through it and put them together just to get rid of them, to ditch them on somebody because they have no monetary value, or it's that they do have monetary value, but you just couldn't sell them. Maybe your store was not set up to actually sell that product because everybody finds their items. Belt buckles and baseball hats are kind of Benz's niche. He's got some other things that sell a lot of, but those are always his steady every week,
Yep.
every
So a
month.
few belt buckles and a few
He's
hats
selling
every
belt
week.
buckles and hats.
Not
So
even I'll buy a hat lot with 50, 60 hats in it. And I need to learn not to do this. I'll take the 10 good ones and list them. Those probably sell pretty quick, but then I'll take the other 50, 70, or whatever it is that sell for $10. I'll still take pictures of them. Then you take 5 pictures and you list it, and then they don't take up any room and they're light.
you do come
They just
across
sit there,
items
and
like
then
that.
eventually somebody will want a hat for a defunct construction company from 1992. I don't know why, but they do.
How did we get on talking about lotting stuff up?
I don't
We
know.
went from the Walking Dead stick to yeah, but
I got one last thing to share.
let's get on to that. Let's look at that. One last thing. What we got?
I got my first feedback, which is nothing but emojis.
This is pick or pass, man. This
I
is
know,
not
but
a
this has
regular
nothing to do with.
episode.
I'm not. It's not my feedback of the week. I'm just saying that's my first all emoji feedback. I just think it's cool. All
Okay.
that for something they offer me $3 for. Hey, you know what? I sold them a Ford Ranger Raptor for $3, and I got great feedback. But you know what? Maybe
Hey,
only
you
making a
sell
dollar
me a Ford
27
Ranger Raptor
isn't
for that
bad.
amount, and I'll give you emoji feedback too. But
Emoji. Usually, I
but
get eggplants and stuff. I don't know what that's about.
the cool thing, folks, and I'm going to tell you this is really cool. My son is into certain things, and I'm able to source some because of this business that I do here in reselling. And I want to talk just a few moments about this. Learning how to source and seeing what's valuable is a huge part of this business, but also you can find things. My son wanted crystal decanter, liquor set,
Yeah,
and so we had one that I inherited from my grandmother, but it didn't have all the glasses with it. It only had two glasses. So I was able to source a matching set. I sourced two more, and then I found a set of six. So basically, between the two and the six, two that I already had, the two that I sourced, and the other six that I sourced, he's got 10 glasses that match and match with a decanter now. So all his friends can sit around and drink whiskey out of a decanter out of the same glasses. And so I was able to source it. And I think I ended up spending, I spent way more on shipping than the thing was worth because they're heavy as they can be, but that's what he wanted. And I used my sourcing, what I've learned in sourcing, to find it.
yeah,
So get good at watching our picker passes to source good items that you can sell and sell for a lot of money and sell quick. And a lot of money, folks, sometimes it's just $10 on an item that you spent a quarter on.
yeah.
That's a good
Or
markup.
or the Matchbox cars. I've been selling like 10 Matchbox cars a week. I paid 50 cents a piece for them. It gave me fodder for the fire, and they're selling for $4. I have a story similar to yours. My son, I got him an antique silver heroin spoon. So now he can shoot up drugs and do it the right way.
Okay, great. I thought we was talking about the Walking Dead
I
stick,
did
but
have a, I
awesome.
did, I bought this thing. It was definitely burnt on the bottom. It was all cool. I'm like, that's a heroin spoon. I threw it in the trash. I didn't send it to my son. He's got to
Here's,
find his own
I
heroin
thought you
spoon.
was going to say, here, son, this will be awesome to add to your
Hmm.
spoon collection.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just buy him needles because I don't want him to get the AIDS. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, it is good. Do we have any more items? We don't. We're out of items, aren't we?
Yeah, we did 6.
Really, we did six that quick? I
We
bet
quit
y'all.
playing, and you know what? We've gotten good about not talking about everything else. But I do have something to talk about. You ready? If you're still here, you want to hear me ramble? I'm going to ramble. Tonight, we tried a new pizza place, right? Pizza was delicious. New York style, thin crust, just right. Had a nice bite to the crust. I like the pizza. But I go to up there to buy it, and I only had a $100 bill. And I try to pay with a $100 bill, and she's, I don't, we can't take 100. I'm like, okay. It was like $52. Okay, if you spend half the $100 bill, you should take it. So I pulled out my cash and I looked through there, and I had $39 other than the 100. I'm not bragging. $139 in your pocket. That's nothing to brag about. So I was like, oh, I'll just use my card. And she's like, yeah, you can use your card to pay for it, but you can still leave your tip in cash. And I'm like, what? She's like, oh no, you can leave your tip in cash. You don't have to put that on the card, sir. Wait a minute. I just walked up here. You won't take my money, but you want me to give you money for a tip? And what am I tipping you for? She's like, I mean, you're just doing your job. You walk back there, grab a pizza, set it down, and I'm paying you $30 for a pizza and some wings and shit. I said, so what exactly am I tipping you for? You cleaning my table, or did you pour me a soda? She's like, people usually tip. I'm like, really? You know what? People usually take $100 bill too. And honestly, I would have tipped. I would have tipped. I always tip 15%, no matter what. But the fact that she was bold enough to say, I'm not going to take your cash for the food, but I prefer you to give me cash as a tip.
Was that a sell?
No, that was Mike texting me about next week.
Hi, Mike.
Or actually, right now, because when this comes out, I'll be there.
That's
So
right.
was I
You're going to
wrong?
hang out
She's
with
like,
Mike.
she was all taken back that I wasn't going to give her a tip. I would have tipped her, but the fact that you're bold enough to say, "Hey, why don't you just tip me in cash instead of on your car?
First of all, was it carry out?
Yeah, I called. I
I'm
drove
not
there and picked it
tipping.
up.
I'm
I
not tipping
usually
on
don't, but
carry.
now they flip that thing over at you, and you got to. No, okay, 10%.
I'm not tipping on carry out. I'm not. I'm not doing it.
So how bold do you think she was to say, "Hey, sir, I know you can't pay in cash, but I see you have money there other than the 100. Just tip me in cash." Isn't that the craziest thing you ever heard?
I don't know. We went to a restaurant the other evening and had best waiter I have had in a long time. Wife agreed. Wife used to be a waitress, and it was a $39 meal, and we put $50 down, and there it was. You keep it because he earned it. He really did.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Our drinks were always there. Chips and salsa always kept there. Our meal was on time. It was quick, honestly. And he cleared away the plates within minutes after we were done. He didn't seem like he was trying to push us to leave the table. It was great. And he didn't set, I hate pet peeve of mine when we get back to the whole tipping thing there. When a waiter or waitress wants to sit down with me, I'm like, do you just want to share my food? The ones that kind of
Yeah.
just hang around and talk to you the whole entire
Yeah.
the whole. So do you not have anything else to do other than bother me? I know you're just trying to be friendly, but I don't know you, and I don't want to be that friendly with you. But in that instance, I don't tip. Now, her being bold like that, I can tell you, we had a waitress one time that was standing there while we filled out the receipt after we paid with our card. She was literally standing there over my wife, and my wife goes, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I'm just watching." My wife literally right in front of her face wrote a big zero, a huge zero in the tip, and put a line through it and said, "There you go. That's for watching."
Yeah.
And my wife always tips too because she was a waitress, so she always. That's why I just let her fill it out because I'll
And
be like,
when I was younger, I was a waiter, so I always tip 20%. Now, when you go to those places, it used to be like 10, 15, 20 was what was on the machine. Now it's 20, 25, 30. What? Or you have to type it in yourself. I'm like, that's crazy.
"Oh, I'll type it in zero."
Oh, I will. And that's the other thing. I like to go to a nice dinner, and I'll pay $200 for me and my wife to have a meal. Right? I've done that many times. Not all the time, but and then you have to tip on top of it, which is no problem. But I always feel bad for the lady that we go to do breakfast where it costs $20, $25 for breakfast, and then you give her 20%, and it's nowhere near the same.
And they're usually the better waiters
They
or
are the better.
waitresses.
They're working harder. They probably have 3 kids at home. They're not some guy that's 50 and still working there because he's making $60,000 in tips a year.
But no, I would not tip in that situation. I don't tip anyway in that situation, but especially if you ask me or you hover or you're like, "Are you not going to tip?" No. And guess what? Now that you've asked, I'm never going to be back.
Yeah, I'll never go. That pizza was good. New pizza place never been to. Actually, better. So the problem is, I used to get the best pizza in Tampa where I worked. There's a place here that has decent pizza, but their crust doesn't have any flavor. It's New York style pizza, but their crust doesn't have that bite. Like when you bite in it, it doesn't have that snap. We found the place that has it, but apparently they have crappy wait staff. I won't go back there. I'll eat crappy pizza instead of going there.
To me, I've never actually tasted a New York style pizza.
Oh, what is wrong with you? It's
I've never,
thin.
I have eaten it a dozen, 100,000 times, but I've never tasted it.
Well, you just swallow it whole.
No, I coat it in garlic. And I slather because I love going and getting New York style because you go there and it's okay. I want the garlic, I want the Italian seasoning, and by the way, I want the crushed red pepper. And I coat that sucker down with all three of them, and my wife can't stand to be around me for 3 days.
You
So,
you need to go there and not get anything but the cheese. Like a New York style pizza with just cheese, not all the crap on it. It's a piece of cheese pizza, and it's the best.
but my wife won't take me very often because one, I smell like garlic for 3 days. She says you stink, and then the other, I always, if we go to a New York style place, I have to have a cannoli. I have to.
Oh yeah,
That's
like
just
cannoli.
I can eat cannolis all the time. But anyway, we can't resell cannolis, so we got way off. But if you think Benz is wrong for not having tipped her,
Comment.
comment, put a comment, tell him to tip, and he will drive back and give her a tip.
Hey,
But
again, thank you guys for stopping by. And we stretched this out. We were like 20 minutes, and then we were done. Now we're at
so you could have
45
cut
minutes.
it off a long time ago.
Exactly. We did a good job. We're getting better at this, but we still want to entertain and talk. A little bit of this jazz hands.
Believe it or not, even though Ben's doesn't work and he's at home watching football and listing 10 things a day, working in his garage trying to get his mini warehouse going. I work 45 hours a week at one job, 20 hours a week at another, and try to do eBay and try to remodel my house. And so we get very little time to actually just hang and,
Yeah.
you know,
So we're making you guys stay here longer just so we can keep talking.
thanks. We're glad you're with us. Thanks,
All right.
everyone. Go find some good items. Go back
If
and
there's
watch them
anything you guys
again.
want us to look up, drop us a comment. We'll look it up for
Absolutely.
you. We'll
We'll look
talk
it up.
about it.
Send us a picture of the item, though, so we can really do a good comparative because you can't just say, hey, look up this. Okay, well, give us a little bit more. Send us a picture. We'll show the picture. And if we don't, here's the thing, if you send us one, cjbensfinds@gmail.com, send us the picture and tell us to look it up. Also, send, if you are already a reseller, send us where you've got it listed at. If it's on eBay, great. If it's on one of the others, Bonanza, wherever, we'll give you a shout out and tell them, look, it's a good item. Go find it over here.
And again, we're looking for people to come on the regular podcast. If anybody wants to come on, drop us a note. Drop us a line. We'd like to have you on. Even if you've been doing this for 4 days and you found us, you're like, hey, these guys are all right. Just drop us a note. We'll get you on. We're going to try to have more interviews and talk to people about their experiences and help them along the way if we can. And maybe you can help us along our way if you've been doing it longer. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later.